Yo, what's up and what's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael here, back for a video on my channel, and today we're back on Hypixel Skyblock once again, and today's video is going to be another guide slash tutorial. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight right into it. Okay, so today I want to talk about how you can increase your chance of catching a sea creature slash monster. So if you do slash sea creatures, you can see that there's a lot of sea creatures and there's a guide here. So here you can check out every sea creatures they have on the server currently. So I currently unlock until the monster of the deep, which is level 20. And then each of the monster have different requirement in order to catch it. And each monster have different drop as well. The higher the level of the monster, the harder it is to kill and the better the drop. So you have to unlock the monster in order to check it out, like what it drops and the level of it. So just keep fishing and then you eventually unlock all the monsters here. Okay, so how do you increase the chance of catching sea creature? Because their drop are kind of good, like some of them, especially the high tiers one. I actually have a view way of doing that. So if you go to collection, go to fishing and go to raw fish. So this is very important, like basically the most important part of this. So okay, there's this armor called the angler armor. So what this armor does is it reduce sea creature damage and increase the sea creature's spawn rate. And it is very cheap to craft. Look at it, you just need 24 raw fish and you have a whole set of angler armor. Like, this thing can even use for PvP. I'm not even kidding. Look at the health and the defense it gives. But there's others way of increasing your chance of catching the sea creatures as well. So there's something called bait, which you can use to increase your catching speed or the chance of you catching a sea creature. There's a lot of different kind of baits with different purpose, and they're pretty easy to craft, but it's just hard to unlock them at first. First bait is going to be the fish bait right here. This is just a very normal bait. It increases your catch time like by 30%, and this one is not as good. It only increased 50% of your catch time. What's more important is the spike bait right here. It increased the sea creature spawn rate by 15%, but sadly I haven't unlocked this, but this is very easy to craft as well. And don't worry yet, if you don't know how bait works, I will show you guys like how it works on fishing later. So this thing called the light bait. If you use this bait, you have a higher chance to catch a rare sea creatures during the daytime. Of course, if you have a light bait, which means you're going to have a dark bait, which works at night. So the dark bait located at the insect collection here, and then it has a higher chance to catch rare sea creatures during the night. You can only use one bait for each catch. So like the moment when you try to fish, one bait will be used. Other than that, there's also a lot of OP rods, which has the ability to increase your chance of catching a sea creature. So just like in the lily pad collection, there's a few OP rods here. The first one is going to be the challenging rod. It increases the sea creature catch rate by 5% and increases your fishing speed by 50% as well. And another rod is the rod of champion. So this thing is slightly better than the challenging rod, just slightly. You can compare the difference here. The best rod, of course, is going to be the Rod of Legends. Okay, this rod increased sea creature catch rate by 15% and then the fishing speed by 70%. I'm pretty sure this is the best rod they have currently, but it's very hard to get. You need to fish 10k lily pad. Not gonna mention how crazy it is to craft one of this. And you actually have a lower chance of catching a sea creatures on your private island. So if you fish on a public island like the fisherman pond or the fairy pond, you actually have a better chance of catching a sea creatures. And then this place actually have a better chance of catching sea creatures. I mean, you can go to the fairy pond, which I showed you guys last video, but for some reason I find it easier to catch sea creatures here, so I prefer this place. Okay, so here let me take out some bait. So okay, I have this bite bait and then dark bait here. How bait works is, okay, watch it carefully. Okay, so when I start fishing, there goes my bait. It's gone. Like the bonus the bait gives will instantly apply to my current fish. So like, there you go, see? This is the sea creatures. Let me take a screenshot. Okay, so this is one of the sea creatures. I believe this is the second tier one, which is called the Sea Walker. And let me one-shot him real quick. And then these are the loot. They're not very good, but considering that they're pretty easy to catch, I would say this loot they're giving is actually pretty good. And lily pad's actually one of the rarest. But anyways guys, that's it for this guide. Really hope that these guides are helpful for you guys. If you guys do find it helpful, be sure to leave a like. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace out and have a nice day.